This is the Limbo, performed on the Guillotine Tower. It's a wonderful preparation for rolling in and out that is involves much more shoulder range of motion and spinal flexibility. This is a piece that you can teach many clients, and it's wonderful for developing that expansion through the upper body and also stabilization through the hips and the lower body. So Deborah is starting in a contraction and inflection. The knees are directly between the uprights. Notice how the arms are on a slight diagonal, and we have the safety strap on, and it's hooked on both sides for balance. Depending on the length of the torso, you'll want the strap either wrapped once, up to 3 times, depending on the height of the person. This would be the starting position with the bar all the way down. So from here, she's going to begin powering from the back of the body, so pressing from the hamstrings, maintaining that contraction, and then pressing the pelvis through and lengthening out into extension, and then pulling back from the pelvis, flexing the spine to that beginning position. And again, with each repetition, getting a little more spinal extension, a little more shoulder flexibility, and contracting back and pressing evenly from the back of the legs, opening evenly through the shoulders, and contracting back. And last time, full breath, opening and stretching, lengthening, wonderful feeling at the top of the movement, and contracting back. And then releasing the bar and lengthening up through the spine. So you'll see, if you watch the rolling in and out, that this is a wonderful prep for that piece of movement, very teachable to many of your clients. And because it's not weight-bearing, it doesn't put pressure on the thoracic spine. And the client can really guide the movement themselves based on their flexibility and articulation. This piece of movement is rolling in and out. The full piece requires significant shoulder flexibility and spinal flexibility, and it really, but there's a wonderful prep for this piece. We already did the Limbo, which we would suggest you practice before, and then also the preparation, which we'll show now. So Deborah will place her feet on the bottom rung. There are no springs on. The bottom rung is simply in the low position. Her hands are on the top rung. Her feet are in a turned out position, so basically a Pilates V. And then she'll start reaching out through the hips. And then from here, we want to think of lengthening out through the pelvis, getting that deep hip fold, and then pulsing into it to find that long line. Shoulders are stable. And then curling the hips under, bending the legs, and then lengthening out from the pelvis into that long line. And a little deeper curl. And reaching a little further. And a little deeper curl. And a little further out. This time she deepens the curl. She continues curling under, pressing the hips forward and extending the spine into the high release. And then contracting back, folding at the hips, reaching out. One more. Contracting the hips under, and then pressing up and finding that lift, and then pulling back with the abdominals, and reaching out through the pelvis. Good, and then from here, bend the legs and step off the bar. Thank you, that was beautiful.